The Great Minnow Regatta is a chance for members of the Port Oliver Yacht Club to get out their boats one more time and invite others to enjoy a weekend of sailing on Barren River Lake.
Kentucky has an awful lot of water for its, I guess next to Alaska, we have as much water as any other state in the nation. And I learned to sail on the Ohio River, and I've sailed on the Cumberland River and Tennessee River. So the rivers and lakes in Kentucky are a great avenue for sailing.
Kentucky, of course, is an inland state, so your sailing is all on the lakes, although there is some effort at it along the Ohio River. The sailing in lakes is its own special element. You do not have the large waves to contend with normally that you would in the open water of the ocean, but you have a special challenge in the shifty wind that's caused by the landmass on all sides of the lake. So it's its own special sport in that sense. All rowed in, Margaret.
This regatta is for several kinds of sailboats. Each class is identified and a race course is marked for each style. The larger boats have a roundabout course that takes them over a large portion of the lake, while the smaller boats stay closer to the cove that the club is located on. Each type of boat has a particular technique that's used when it's being sailed. From the cabin cruisers to the catamarans, every vessel is unique.
The boat that we are on is called a cruiser, although this is quite small for a cruiser, a 20-foot sailboat with a small cabin on it. Again, they range from this size up to about 25, 26 feet. There are also the catamarans in a class, a separated class, because they are boats that sail on two hulls, two small or thin hulls. They tend to be a good deal faster when they're underway, but they're not nearly so maneuverable as a boat with a single hull, or what is called a monohull boat. And then another class of boats are called the dinghies, or open boats, that do not have a cabin, but have a single hull, and tend to be relatively fast, but not as fast as the catamarans.
Sailing takes skill, strength, and in some cases, great patience.
Now watch, I can show you, I've got a safety valve here. I'll let go of this sail, and we'll come right back up.
And if you know if there was water coming up in here.
All right. Sailing is a great pastime. It is a sport and a relaxation both. There are days when you can be lazy and relaxed and enjoy just the solitude and being at one with nature. And there are days when the wind is blowing quite high and you've got a real athletic adventure on your hands. We can do better than this, Margaret.
All right.
I want to get this good and tight. Get around once and good and tight. There you go.
The members of the Port Oliver Yacht Club have made their passion for sailing a family affair.
One of the greatest aspects of sailing is the whole family can come along. My son, who is now 13, has been sailing since he was probably 6 years old. My sister has 2 young children, or had 2 young children, but they've been sailing since they were babies. And on a cruiser, you can bring the whole family along and spend the whole day out here, have a picnic on the boat, and just spend the day sailing and relaxing together. It's a wonderful sport for the family.
We have about 100 family members, and we have probably a lot of children that we'd like to get interested in, and we offer sailing classes. So we try to stay family-oriented, and we bring in people from the Bowling Green community and Glasgow community for sailing races.
The competition during the regatta is serious but good-natured. Everybody wants to win.
Yeah, man. They do have a bigger sail. boat, smart Alex.
I really like the racing aspect of it as much as the relaxation. For me, when we're racing, you really only can think about the sailboat and the wind and the water and the competition. And I just think for me, that's the most exciting and most fun. We race periodically throughout the summer and then end the summer with the Great Minnow Regatta that we're having today.
I'll be ready to let her out. Okay, let me out. Yeah.
Watch this.
Very good start. Now look at the tailtails directly behind us. I'm probably going to jibe in a moment, but right now let's just let her fly. Sailing is a wonderful getaway. It is, in sailboat races, it can be right intense and can require a great deal of attention and a good deal of physical effort. But it is, for me, something quite different from work. So while I have to think and while I am active in sailing, it is a diversion. You get your mind off of stress and troubles at work and such. It is also simply fun. You can gain a real sense of accomplishment in moving a boat without any motor at all, just by the beneficial use of nature, and get to somewhere, or simply get out and away from somewhere.
With speedboats on most waterways, why is sailing still popular?
In sailing, you have both the opportunity to make a vessel function by the use of nature, and then the sense of grand relaxation and just getting the sails up and moving across the water without any noise, any pollution, nothing but beneficial use of nature. So sailing is its own special adventure, and I've been at it more years than I'm willing to confess, but it still holds this attraction.
To me, it's really like a breath of fresh air after being in town all week long, usually in an office or in a courtroom. It's just so nice to be able to sit back, let the wind and the sun breathe on me, basically, and it just feels so good to be able to put in some energy and take a deep breath and work with the wind and the water.